What's going on, guys? Jake Adams here, and it's been a very productive week, and I have a box of corals here. And contrary to what some of you might believe, I don't really know what's inside this box. I have an idea of one coral that I wanted to get, and then the rest is kind of a mystery assemblage, which I will explain here in a little bit. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. I've been cranking out these videos really hardcore, and I know there's a lot of you guys that are just die-hard watchers of the video stream. So one thing I'm really interested to do is open a better dialogue with you guys as viewers, because the comment section and the messaging system on YouTube is just not that great. And I have had the @Jake Adams Twitter handle for, well, I don't know, about as long as Twitter's been around, and I've never really used it. I knew it was going to come in handy someday. So if you want to start interacting with me a little bit more directly, go ahead and hit me up @Jake Adams on Twitter. If it becomes kind of a regular engagement thing, I might make that the go-to place to have more direct discussion with you guys besides in the comments. And that way you can share pictures with me of your tanks or links or whatever you have going on. I feel like that would be finally a good use of my Twitter account @Jake Adams. So hit me up. If you're a Twitter user, I expect when this video is over, I'm going to jump on Twitter and see what kind of message I have for you guys. So in the future, when the time is right, I think I will put together a Patreon account to take this channel to the next level. I feel like I'm filling in certain things that's laying down the foundation for this YouTube channel with you guys, and learning a lot about the videos and myself and how to make the videos and how to bring them to you. So yeah, in the future there will be a Patreon account for people who really want to be part of the community and help support this growing video production. But in the meantime, Twitter @Jake Adams. So that's the discussions I wanted to have with you. Okay, I'm almost done with the Sanjay Yoshi tank video, but this is a perfect reason to hit me up on Twitter or put down in the comments what you want. So the video is turning out to be about 30 minutes long. And so I'm wondering whether, we got a couple options here. I could upload the video in full, 30 minutes, and you can watch the whole thing. I can upload it in 2 parts, so it's just more digestible 15-minute segments. So part 1 where we kind of introduce the tank and the equipment, and then part 2 where we go over the corals and the fish. Alternatively, also tossing around the idea of putting up a condensed version that's like 15 minutes long, that really just kind of showcases some of the coolest parts of the tank, and a 30-minute version so that if you want to dive in and see the whole thing, you can. So let me know in the comments what you're most interested in. I feel like Twitter would be a great use for this because I think I could put up some polls on there, but let me know what kind of format you want to see the Sanjay Yoshi video. You're going to see all of it in some way or another. I'm just not sure if I should upload the full version or 2 halves, or a full version and a supercut, a condensed version. Okay, so Sanjay video, it's looking really, really, really good, and I think we can probably get that out here by this weekend. So what else do we have here? Give me 1 second. I want to check the feed on my computer, make sure this looks really good for you guys, give you a minute to come together, and then I'm going to tell you what this assemblage of cool stuff is here, because there's a box of corals here, and I know what one piece is, and it's like this big, and it's a coral that you have never seen. It's a coral you probably have never heard about, because I've only seen one in my life. So hang tight, just make sure the feed and everything is working good, and I will be right back. There we go. All right, I can see you. I can see a lot of you guys. I can't really see the comments right now. But if you have questions about the Sanjay Yoshi tank, definitely put those in the comments for that video. All right, I can see the video stream over there. Seems to be okay, well framed, well lit. Yeah, that looks like something. Okay, so all right, so one quick little thing is I just want to shout out to all my Pokemon Go players because I had something really special happen to me today. So just want to show you guys this. So I'm on Team Valor, but yesterday was a really good day of raiding, and got myself a few Raikus here. There's a legendary Raikou. Got a few. Did a Lapras raid. After that, low IV. Then I found a Dragonite, like right outside my house. It was just like a block away. I live in the mountain biome, so I get to have a lot of these. Not a lot, but fairly often. But the best is what I caught today. 100% perfect IV Raikou. This is the strongest electric type Pokemon. And man, my friends that when we were playing today were really excited because this guy could have run. And I've never had a chance to catch a 100% perfect legendary. So that's all I have to say about my Pokemon Go adventures. Go Team Valor. All right. So the weather here in Colorado is very, very nice. And we 100% have no hurricanes in sight. And I'm trying not to think about what's happening in Florida right now. I have so many friends down there. And that's what this box is about. Every time I think about this hurricane, it's just like, the south side of Florida is going to get it so hard, and it's just a matter of whether it's going to destroy the west coast or the east coast. And man, I'm just not a praying person, but I feel like if we all got together and put together some positive thoughts, some good vibes and karma for Florida, maybe it'll help minimize the damage. So this box right here is from my good friend Chris and Amanda Meckley of ACI Aquaculture. They are a little bit east of Tampa, and they expect the worst coming in through this storm. And so there was a handful of aquarium businesses in Florida that basically kind of had fire sales just to get as much inventory out of their businesses as possible. And I knew that Amanda had a really cool, neat little NPS coral in her tank that they got this summer from Australia. So I was like, hey, why don't you just send me that piece because it's pretty much irreplaceable, and I'm happy to send it back. You hear that, Amanda? I'm happy to send it back in the future if that should be the case. So we are going to get to this unboxing here a little bit. I want to show you the corals that I got a couple weeks ago. Actually, I think it was just last week. Got these from Extreme Corals, and I'm basically walking my branching sun corals. These are not quite dendrophilias. They're not quite tubastraias. I don't know exactly what they are, but they are branching, and they're non-photosynthetic. And so what I've actually done is instead of trying to target feed them in the tank, I've been walking the corals every day. They just barely fit in this container, and I probably put them in here maybe about, like 5 or 6 hours ago, and I put a cube of food in there with a couple drops of some polyp booster from Polyp Lab, and what else? A little bit of Acro Power, but 1 block of Calanus, and 1 little cube. And what's funny is as I put the food in there, within about 30 minutes, the corals open up completely. Another hour or two, and they eat every single tiny little piece of food in here. And then the water gets really, really clear. And then when I let them sit a little bit longer, the water gets cloudy again as they're excreting this food. And that way, this is kind of neat because I'm basically got a all-in-one solution of walking my sun corals, making sure that every single polyp is getting fed very, very well. And I'm still not super sure whether it's a tubastraea or a dendrophilia, and it might be one of each, but whatever it is, it's some weird corals. I'm going to featured this coral, these two corals, and this coral walking feeding technique. Trying to find a container, like a flat container that's not corrugated, so you can get a decent view. But let me give you a little bit of close up, and then I'm going to put them back in the sump. But I figured it'd be kind of fun to show you these guys up close and personal. So yeah, they're just orange corals, and really, really neat. And this is my Gatorade bottle. Just fits in these perfectly. I've got I don't know, about 2 quarts of water, and you can see the polyps are closing down a little bit just from the handling. So let me go ahead and liberate these from their little feeding pen. And I usually put a lot of corals on magnets, but I decided that this time it'd be a lot easier just to put them on a hanger. Now it's just a lot easier to take them in and out and put them right back in the sump. There you go. There you go. Now you can have some real flow. Okay. Alrighty. What else did I want to say? I got my little list here. So when I was in Magna, I met a really special young reefer named Ace. So as a shout out to Ace, I think he has a YouTube channel. So Ace, if you're watching, go ahead and comment down below. So say hi, and maybe we'll pin your YouTube channels. Make sure that people watch what you are putting out. Okay. I think that's getting close to enough. It's enough suspense time for what's in this box, because I honestly do not know what's in this box. I told Chris to pack up things you want preserved, things you want saved, because man, you guys know, I mean, everybody's watching the news. You know that this storm is huge, it's powerful, and how many aquarium companies are down in Florida. Two Little Fishies, Or A, Pro Aquatics, Homer Labs, Worldwide Corals, AC Aquaculture, several wholesalers in Miami. I know I'm missing a lot, but there's a lot of aquarium and saltwater aquarium action down in Florida, and it's kind of bittersweet to receive these corals under these circumstances, but at least these guys are not going to suffer any power outages. They're not going to be drowned in freshwater floods. So yeah, I think that's what I have to say about that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to open them up under white lighting, and I'm going to put them all into a container right here, and we're going to see them all in daylighting. And then once that is completed, once I have everything out, I'm going to shine this new blue LED power spotlight that I have. I think it's all blue plus UV. It might be like super duper UV, but I have others. So thanks Koji-san, Blue Harbor, for this very cool little hyper UV LED spotlight. So we'll give that a try once the corals are all out. So give me a second. I'm going to take a peek at your comments, grab some water and something sharp to finally open this box and see what's inside. So Chris, Amanda, I hope you guys are watching, so that way you can kind of enjoy my enjoyment of unboxing this. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, I think for this I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer so you can have a little bit better angle of what is happening here. So, there we go. That's plenty close. You guys are going to be able to see everything that I see. Cool. Very, very cool. I almost feel like I should have some music in the background, you know, but I guess you guys need to hear my voice pretty good. Alrighty, let's get started. So this is a lot bigger box than I was expecting, for sure. There we go. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. If you're just joining us, this is basically a rescue box of corals from my friends in Florida who are worried about their reef tanks and their lives and their businesses. So they sent me a care package of corals to put into safe hands. And oh, look at that, we have a smiley face in the bottom. I think, Chris, your art skills leave a little bit to be desired. So next time, I'm going to try a little bit harder on that smiley face, okay? All right, here we go. It's not that many corals, but I'm really sure that these are very special. So, oh man. Mostly frags. I don't think there's any colonies. They're really just genetic pieces to disseminate out into the world. So what do we have for starters? Alrighty, that looks like an acro frag. I see some colorful tips on there. Okay. I think I'm going to peek at all the bags and then we're going to open them up one by one. What do we have here? This is a shorter acro frag and it's a little bit encrusted maybe. Alright, I don't know how much you can see that, so it might get a little bit boring. Alright, why don't we just go ahead and start opening this up. We'll just put them in right here. And then when I put the blue light on, you guys will really be able to see even more. I don't have a smaller knife, so yeah, forgive me for that. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I mean, really checking out these corals is going to have to, be in the tank and examining them. So let's see what we have. All right, cool. A little multicolor favia or favites of some sort. And like I said, I'm going to put these under some real light so we can all get a good look at them once they're all fully unpacked. And I think these are a couple acro frags here. It's funny, I feel like I'm experienced at doing a lot of things, but I've never really developed a system for opening coral bags. Here in Colorado, we use actually a lot of urine sample jars. Huh. All right, we got a interesting little acro here. Really not much to see under this daylight, but like I said, I'm going to put these under regular light. Water temperature feels good. Good average temperature there. I'm gonna have to pull out one whole frag rack just to put all these on and then check them out before they go around the tank. Oh wow, this one actually is fully encrusted. Good job, Chris. Fully encrusted, very good. This one's really cool. Even under the daylight, you can kind of see some light colored tips to it. It's got a really cool shape. Is that an anacropora? Oh yeah, I think that's an anacropora right there. Very cool. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris. Oh boy, this is the one. This is the coral that you guys have never ever seen before. I know it looks a little boring checking out these corals under regular lighting, but like I said, if you stick around, I've got a brand new blue light that I'm going to put these under. Oh my goodness, look how special that is. So this is Truncata flabellum, non-photosynthetic coral, and yeah, it's non-photosynthetic. It's thin, and it's got just a big fleshy polyp that comes out of it. This is literally the second one I've ever seen in my life. Comes from Australia, but it's got a big, fat, juicy polyp that comes out of there. So that's going to be really cool. No fluorescent colors, but this is the treasure right there. There's got to be, I don't know, 5 or less in the country of that particular coral species. Maybe 10, maybe 10. Okay, I think we have Euphilia here. Like I said, I still always feel clumsy when I'm opening coral bags. Alright, we got a Euphilia of some kind. This looks like a sliver of a wall Euphilia. Wall hammer. Nikki's checking out the corals. You want to check them out?
Yeah, that one's pretty sweet, but the polyps aren't out, so.
Yeah, but the polyps are out just a little bit here, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, that one's pretty sweet.
Yeah, very neat.
They can break off and regrow from the bottom?
No, so yeah, no, not that one.
Okay.
Not that one. All right, what else do we have here? Let's see. Looks like a random kind of war coral, Favia. This better be dope. This better be nice, Chris.
I'm gonna read you some of the comments.
Yeah. Tell me what some of the comments are.
I haven't looked, but let me check.
Okay. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. This is literally basically a rescue project for corals coming out of Florida from ACI Aquaculture, because they are right in the path of the hurricane. And so they send out some of their prize corals to me for safekeeping far, far away from any kind of tropical storm.
There's just some questions about like how much the corals cost.
Well, these corals have no cost because they were, what is that right there?
Yeah.
Oh. So these corals
priceless.
Yeah, these corals are priceless. I mean, these are personal corals. These are almost like being adopted to me. And, you know, should they need them, these corals are really just going to go right back to the facility, except for that Truncata flabellum. I know Amanda, I told her I'd give it back to her, but I don't know about that one. I think it's way too cool. Look at him. Look at him. He's opening it in the...
Oh, he's already... Oh, my gosh.
He's opening in the box.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Someone said #Jake, the coral sitter.
Yeah, coral sitter, coral protector, coral preserver, maybe?
Yeah, they're definitely happy. People are saying they look happy.
What do we have here? Ooh, this is, I think, is one of the kind of like the rainbow Ghani frags. Oh man, I cannot wait to pull out the blue light and give these guys a good looking at. Got a few. Oh my god, that Truncata flabellum is like stealing the show for me. There's like so many corals in here, but you just never see that. Never ever see that.
Someone else said that they should have sent you corals.
Yeah. I don't have that much room, but maybe in the future I'll have some big old coral tables specifically for natural disasters. The coral bank, that's what it is. Banking corals over here. And then maybe in the wintertime when I have a winter storm coming, I'll send them back down south. All right, so this is a smaller piece, but it also looks to be like some kind of a rainbow Ghani. Again, if you're just tuning in, we are going to give these guys a good look into under the blue light once everything is out of the bag. And if you know me at all, you know that I don't acclimate corals. I've actually got a video on how to acclimate corals. I don't believe in acclimating corals. I mean, if you have a big fleshy LPS coral that's in really cold water or something, okay, maybe take your time. But the way corals are built, there's no acclimation to them. Except maybe like Xenia. Xenia might be sensitive. So this is kind of neat. It's like a really warty looking, what would you call that? Austera maybe at this size. But it's got a really dark coral-like polyp thingy. So we'll give that a look and see what it do under the water, under the blue light. Man. These corals. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so Reef Loco says that they love your channel.
Oh, thanks Reef Loco. We love you back.
People are talking about, I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, you know, there's a question about the yellow tangs right now, but I don't know, that's not the focus of this video. So this is kind of cool. It's like a Micromusa strain. These things all look the same under white light. So let me hurry up and get these out so we can get a better look at them under blue light.
Just more. Someone says you can call it Jake's Arc, and Tanks and Updates says, tell Jake your boy is here.
What's up, Tanks and Updates? Thanks for joining us.
Jake, I've never seen the Truncata, I'm Australian, so sick.
Oh yeah, the Truncata flabellum. Or flabellum for short,
Truncata,
because there is a genus.
How do you spell it?
Truncato flabellum. But we'll just call them flabbies. That sounds good. There's no common name, so I get to come up with a common name for some of this stuff.
So, yeah, if there's any more questions...
Yeah, I got Nikki here reading off the comments for you, so I can keep my hands wet. Try not to kill myself. One of these days I'm going to have a system.
Great job with your live stream. Yeah, there's lots. I mean, there's lots of comments.
Alright, let me hurry this up because I am anxious to see these things under blue light myself.
Oh my gosh, it's opening up even
Yeah, the
more.
flabellum
That
is just like
so crazy.
opening up like just on its own accord. What do we have here? Looking like another war coral. Kind of a red one. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it's too bad about the coral restoration farms. Like,
Oh,
to be
man.
right there, that is really sad.
Yeah, CRF, man. Oh my god,
Even
I feel
the
bad
moat
for them.
right at the end there.
All those facilities down
I
there,
feel
man.
bad.
Oh.
That's no bueno.
Well, this is not a silver lining, but just this. What do we have here? Ooh, that's a cool little Monty. I know that if Chris sent this is going to be a really neat coral. So I think we got 1 or 2 more bags. 2 more bags to open up, and then everything will be. Oh wait, just one
Yo,
more.
that's not funny, man. I'm gonna block that person.
There we go. All right, last fragum. Last little frag in here. And almost.
Someone asked if you have another system. No, you're gonna they're going in the main tank. That's all you have set
Yeah,
up.
they're going in my main tank. My main tank is not really specialized. It's a little bit of everything.
It's just like full.
Yeah, it's full, and we've got a couple zoanthids, so.
Yes.
All right. Cool, we got all the frags out. Oh my god, that flabellum is crazy. All right, thanks you guys for sitting through this kind of dull daylight opening. I'm going to set it up. We're going to give a close-up on the corals and set up the blue light. All righty, let me bring this in for an even better, closer look here. Yes, it is illegal to have elkhorn corals. Don't even try it. All right, do you have it plugged in?
Yeah, it's plugged in.
All right, so here's the new Vital Wave super blue LED light. I have literally just pulled this out of the box, so I have no idea what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in over here. I suspect it's gonna be too blue for the iPhone camera. Turn off the overhead lights. There we go. You plug it in, you flip the switch. Ooh, let's see. Oh, maybe a little bit too blue, a little bit too purple. Ooh, wow. Man, I know that the camera just can't pick this up. Just can't do it. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, go ahead and slap that over the front lens. See if that works. Oh no, that just messes up the focus. That just messes up the focus. Oh wow.
Yeah, true.
What is that? All right, sorry you guys. I just got really excited like looking at the corals. Here, crack the door open and I'm just gonna freehand this one. All right. I'm not sure how much of these corals I'm gonna be able to like really show off to you guys, just because it's really hard to get the iPhone to focus with blue light and everything. Okay, hold on. I have things to make this work all over the place. But here's the treasure right there, the Truncado flabellum. That's the really neat coral I was hoping to get. What else do we have? Got a couple Gonnies, some Acros, and an Anacropora. I'm super excited. Yeah, you know, these are from these are not from like just a wholesaler. These are from their display tanks, so they should be relatively clean. And like I said, my tank is just a real community reef, so I only have a little bit of everything. So if there was a disease, it'd just be really easy to take care of because there's only a couple of each type of coral. So there's a really neat Monty. That's the prize right there, the super duper corals. And then Euphilia must have some really cool color. Looks like we got some Gonnies there. And man, I appreciate you guys watching this daylight unboxing of the corals. I will try to put these on a frag rack and get some good video of them. So I think that's pretty good for the live stream. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to Chris and Amanda for sending me some of your favorite corals to get them out of harm's way. What else? Everybody, please I don't know what we can do about this hurricane in Florida, but just be mindful. There's a lot of aquarium activity down there. And earlier this week, we wrote about a fundraiser for Hurricane Harvey in Texas. And I'm crossing my fingers that we don't have to do this again on Monday for Florida, but chances are we're going to have to do something to help them out. So again, if you're just joining me in the beginning of the live stream, I talked about communicating with you guys on Twitter a little bit more. So my Twitter handle is @JakeAdams. I've had that forever. I've never really used it, but I want to find some way to interact with you guys a little bit more directly. So thanks again for tuning in. You guys have a good weekend. Everybody in Florida, y'all be safe. And I'm going to go ahead and find these corals a temporary home and enjoy them up close. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later and have a good one.